Good morning, everyone. Thank you again for coming back. We're at week 14, day 5, our morning nourishment with coffee in Christ. We're at Ephesians chapter 4, verse 16. Out from whom all the body, being joined together and being knit together through every joint of the rich supply and through the operation in the measure of each one part, causes the growth of the body unto the building up of itself in love. Chapter 6, verse 13. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Nothing requires us to know the body so urgently as spiritual warfare, because spiritual warfare is not an individual matter, but a body matter. No individual behavior or believer can fight with the enemy. It takes the whole body. If we wish to learn spiritual warfare, we must first know the body. We must wait until the fourth stage of the experience of life to speak of knowing the body, because the body referred to here is the mystical body of Christ, the church. This body is formed by Christ as life in each of us. Christ mingled with us during the second and third stages of our experience of life. We are still living, and third stages of our experience of life, we are still living in our own life. Therefore, we cannot know this life that mingles with us to form the body. Only when our self-life has been utterly dealt with and we have the experience of passing through the Jordan and entering into the fourth stage of our spiritual life, will we be able to touch the reality of this life, of the body, and come to know the body. Today's reading. The Bible and our experience prove that through each one of us is a member of Christ. The life in each one of us is not a member life, but a body life. Each member of our body shares in common the same life together with all the other members. That is, the life of the entire body. Similarly, in the body of Christ, when one member is joined to the body or having fellowship with the body, his life is the life of the body, and the life of the body is his life. It would not do for him to be separated from the other members, or vice versa, because the life in him and in the other members is of the same body. It can neither be distinguished nor separated. It is this life that joins us together to become the body of Christ, or to say, and more precisely and empathetically, it is this life that mingles with us to become the body of Christ. We cannot, however, experience this before the difficulties of the self have been entirely dealt with. If we are still living according to the flesh in ourselves and serving the Lord in our natural ability, the life of the body, which is Christ himself in us, has no way of being manifested, and there is no way for us to know the body. The more we live by the flesh, the less we feel the need for the support of the body. If we live by our self-opinion, we find no need for the sustaining of the church. If we serve with our natural ability, we sense no need for the coordination of the members. Only when our flesh has been dealt with, the self-opinion has been broken, and the natural life has been smashed. Will the life within cause us to realize that we are simply members of the body and that the life in us cannot be independent? Hence, this life requires us to have fellowship with all other members and be joined to them. And it also brings us into the fellowship in the experience of being joined together. It is at this time that we begin to know a little concerning the body and become qualified to engage in spiritual warfare. On the other hand, we say that if we want to fight the spiritual warfare and deal with God's difficulty, we must first deal with our flesh, self, and soul life, thus solving our own difficulties. On the other hand, we say that in order to fight the battle, we must first know the body. And in order to know the body and live in the body, we must first deal with our flesh, self, and soul life. Whether therefore we speak from the standpoint of the fighting of the warfare or knowing the body, we all must first pass through the preceding three stages, coming out of the flesh, the self, and the soul life, in order to attain to the fourth stage of experience of life. This concludes our morning nourishment, week 14, day 5. Thank you for joining in. God bless you all. Please like and subscribe and think about what I've read with you today and in the comments below. If it hit you hard, hit you at home, you have a real life situation that you can relate to it, leave it in the comments below. And I hope you've had a wonderful week. I've enjoyed doing this and I can't wait to do it some more. I love you all. Have a blessed day.